to the Melissa J Show. My name's Melissa J, and we are coming to you live from our studios here in scenic North Hollywood, California, which is very far away from where that picture was taken. In fact, it's like we're not even in the same universe as where that picture was taken, but here we are, and here she is. This is my adorable little co-host, Melissa J. Jr., who is also the lead photographer here at the Melissa J. Show. And just so we're clear, this is a talk show where we discuss politics and current affairs. I know that some of you saw a well-dressed transgender and just assumed that I'm running for governor of California. That is not the case, not yet. So in the meantime, let's get to the news. Starting out the show again with congressional news about Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, who is currently under investigation by the Justice Department for a number of allegations of sexual misconduct. And among their concerns is that he showed naked photos of women he slept with to other members of Congress while they were on the House floor. And we here at the Melissa J. Show have obtained an exclusive copy of one of those photos. You will not see this on any other network, and I have to warn you, this image might not be appropriate for some of our younger viewers, but here it is, a nude photo of one of the women who slept with Matt Gaetz. Yes, it's our own Melissa J. Jr. But in her defense, she said that he had some really good cocaine, so it's okay. And if you're ever wondering why my dog is always smiling, sleeping with Matt Gaetz is not the reason. Turning now to some business news. Amazon recently opened a number of grocery stores across the country, and they announced they will be treating customers at their grocery stores just like employees at their warehouses. Customers will be forced to purchase 8 items per minute off the shelf, or they will be asked to leave. And instead of providing restrooms, everyone will be forced to go to the bathroom in plastic water bottles while they long for the old days when the store used to be a Barnes & Noble. And for those of you who don't follow the news, Amazon recently came under fire for overworking their employees at a breakneck pace, to the point where they were forced to go to the bathroom in plastic water bottles. In fact, things got so bad that we sent Melissa J. Jr. to a local Amazon warehouse to photograph the working conditions there. Yes, and if it's one thing this photo proves, Amazon workers definitely need to unionize. It's just like that old saying goes, if you don't unionize, they will sodomize. And on that note, don't forget to pick up a copy of my novel, Man on the Street by Melissa J., available exclusively on Amazon.com. That's right, Amazon.com, your one-stop shopping for all things Melissa J. All right, I know. I just spent all that time railing on Amazon, and yet they're one of my only sources of revenue. Well, let's just say that show business is hell, okay? In fact, here's a picture that Melissa J. Jr. took of me in downtown Hollywood that symbolizes my experience with show business so far. Yes, and if you've ever thought about pursuing a career in stand-up comedy, this is what it looks like. In other news, as the nation slowly begins to recover from the coronavirus pandemic, there's been talk of turning this decade into a revival of the roaring 20s from last century. A time of debauchery and celebration when everybody cut loose and broke all the rules. But considering today's modern technological era, Here's what I imagine that would look like in this century. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you all were here. What can I say? These things are mesmerizing. But it's okay. I was watching this very episode of the Melissa J Show, which is the same thing that you're doing, so don't judge. And yes, I know, once again, I just contradicted myself. Making fun of people for looking at their phones on a show that most of you are watching on your phone, well, show business. And finally tonight, on a programming note, all throughout the show we've been making jokes comparing negative experiences with getting sodomized. We here at the Melissa J Show are very much aware that some of our viewers really enjoy being on the receiving end of sodomy, especially some of our friends in the LGBTQ community. And we here at the Melissa J Show seek to be inclusive of everyone, of all sexual preferences and inclinations. So if you're one of those people who enjoys getting sodomized, you would have a whole different set of punchlines. So here's a picture of you being mistreated at an Amazon warehouse by being ignored and not getting any. And here's the picture that Melissa J. Jr. took of you in downtown Hollywood that would symbolize your experience with show business. Although if you're the person on the right, you would be the only person in downtown Hollywood looking for dick and not finding any. Because the city of Hollywood is a filthy and overly sexualized place, which is why I live in North Hollywood. Because it provides a more wholesome environment for me and my coke whore dog who sleeps with politicians. Because the old saying is true, there's an LA for everybody. To everyone watching at home, thank you for your time. Please subscribe to our channel because me and my dog are here to stay. So stay tuned.